Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Lucha Brothers and the Laredo Kid, a great trios match with a, star-studded in-ring talent right here. And, me being a Lucha Brothers mark like crazy, I loved it, man. The high energy to start was amazing. High energy to start, the super kicks and just the flips and everything about it. And, Laredo Kid is essentially filling in for Pac, which there's no one to fill in for Pac because he's, he's one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, period. But Laredo Kid, we give him props, man. He's doing some awesome stuff in the ring. He's got the victory last week. He got the pin. He's risking it all. He is, fearless, and he fits in very well with the Lucha Brothers style and the Lucha Brothers period. And so I enjoy this trios team for sure. They're a lot of fun to watch. The chemistry with them is just absolutely insane. Ray Phoenix, it's like a broken record. He is absolutely amazing. He's unbelievable, the stuff. And so, and of course, Kenny Omega, I gave this match definitely an elite, just because I don't think I could ever give Ray Phoenix a delete match, period. Whether it be a singles, tag match, trios, whatever it is. I just absolutely love watching him in the ring, and I like watching anyone beat up the Good Brothers too. So that's
yeah. I don't know. This one for me, like I can't. It's going to be very hard to justify a delete, right? But I will say, like, I'm surprised that you're geeking so much about the Lucha Brothers in this one, because most of the match it felt like it was Laredo Kid, and not to say anything. Yeah. Again, I agree with you. This has been a great showcase for Laredo Kid to step in and to immediately be thrust into a feud with, the Lucha Brothers as his tag team versus the world champion and former Impact champions. That's a big stage, right? And he's performing and he's going all out. There's no denying it. When you watch that man perform, you can see there's no hesitation in his dives. I mean, when he took that bump to the outside, that flip to the outside into the barricade, he went all out. He was laying it all on the line. So you got to give the man his due. I'm still struggling. Just the Good Brothers. I mean, I will say this. I liked that triple team move where Kenny carried Gallows and then Anderson jumped on top. I thought that was really cool. And I love the overall story of that being told by the Good Brothers, Kenny, Don Callis, the Young Bucks. I really love that story of the Elite, but the Good Brothers just I have a hard time with their in-ring style a little bit. It's just kind of my thing. I'm having a hard time coming around to them.
Right. And
I felt like, again, maybe it's just the Pac fanboy in me, but I'm struggling with this this. I feel like the Death Triangle is given to me and then it's pulled away. And it keeps messing with me as a fan. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like it hurts a little bit. It hurts me as a fan because it's like you get that nibble of that key lime pie. You have one bite, and then the waiter comes and takes it away, and you want more, and you say that next bite was gonna be even better. That's how
the waiter on the cruise to bring you the whole lime pie.
That's exactly
what you're waiting for.
Exactly, and that's what I'm. It sucks as a fan because I realize that maybe I'm not even giving Laredo Kid the chance that I should be because I'm so disappointed that it's not Pac. Now, I have seen on social a lot of fans are kind of saying what you're saying is that Laredo Kid, his offense and the overall vibe of that group, he fits the Lucha Brothers really, really well. And if they keep Alex, they keep that whole like nonstop luchador, and then the interpretation of Penta says that they keep that whole vibe, that whole character work going. It works, right? I like that. I like that maybe all Latino stable where they they really go in with that Latin pride and that Latin vibe. I know a lot of people were saying like Trinidad and potentially Santana and Ortiz kind of doing that, but I don't think Inner Circle's not going anywhere. So if they want to lean into that, I get it. And I think that Laredo Kid, although very different, than Pac, that group would have a different vibe than the Death Triangle, because Pac has this intensity to him, this edge to him that makes them tend to be more heelish.
Right.
Laredo Kid's fun, underdog, balls to the wall offense can kind of make them more feel like baby faces. So if they want to lean into that, I get it, and then maybe let Pac do his own thing as a singles guy. I'm good with that. I'm totally good with that. So we'll see where it goes from here. What did you think of the post-match stuff that happened with Moxley, the Young Bucks, and really the segment with the Bucks? Let's talk a little bit about what all that stuff that happened, because for me, with Don Callis, again, the way that he recapped Kenny's words, and you step back and you take a little, you think about where he's coming from. You do understand how Kenny and Don can look at the actions of the Bucks and say, wait, you're gonna side with John Moxley now tonight? You're gonna let your best friend get left lying? You can understand that frustration. I don't know, man. I think that this storyline's fascinating. It's one of my favorites in all of wrestling right now.
Yeah, man. It was, this promo where he got a slap in the face, man, Jackson, on saying how you broke Kenny's heart. What is wrong with you? He's so cold and dead inside. And so I'm all for the Moxley Young Bucks. Well, because Moxley was like, with the Young Bucks, I guess I owe him one. He said that in his promo. So I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited for that match. And definitely, you have two former champs, and of course, the tag champs and the former Impact tag champs. So you have a lot of gold and ex-gold in the ring for next week.
What do you think? What do you think ultimately happens, SPD? Do you think that the Young Bucks and Moxley beat Kenny and the Good Brothers? Do you think that, for me, and maybe I'm going too heelish here, but I could see this being an ultimate setup to turn on Mox. I don't know. Could you see the Young Bucks being true to the Bullet Club nature and turning on Mox, and it being a total beatdown of the elite, the Bullet Club, going in and just putting an absolute beatdown on Moxley and kind of ultimately painting him even more as that underdog?
I hope not. I don't want to see that, because I don't want to see Young Bucks rejoin with the Good Brothers personally. Like I said, I want to see the Young Bucks take over their elite, in the elite, and kick them out and say, they don't belong here. And so that's what I want to see for that. So I don't want to see Mox get turned on again, and then really just, the 1-5 and just that. I'm not ready for that, but anything is possible. Anything is possible for sure.